for the number of y-intercepts, right, it doesn't really matter what our a or k value will be, right? Regardless, we will always have one intercept, right? As long as a is a number that's bigger than 0, we'll always have one intercept, right? One, let's call it y-intercepts. Okay. But for b, the number of x-intercepts depends on the combination of our a and k, right? The first case is if our a is positive and our k is also positive. Then if that's the case, right, on this graph here, this means that we are pointing upwards. This k bigger than 0 means that we're above the x-axis, right? But here we have 0 intercepts, so 0 x-intercepts. The other case is when a is greater than 0, but k is less than 0, right? But let's say less than or equal to. If that's the case, we actually have the same parabola here, right? The only difference now is that we're moving this down to here, right? If this is actually equal to 0, we have exactly 1 x-intercepts. But now, if k is less than 0, right? Notice that I can drag this parabola down this way, right? If k is less than 0, we have to be below the x-axis, and we'll always have 2 intercepts. Okay, so we have that. Now, what if a is less than 0, but k is bigger than 0? What happens? Then we have a parabola that's facing downwards because a is less than 0. And if k is bigger than 0, right, that means our vertex is above the x-axis. So it's going to be like here. Okay, if that's the case, we're going to intersect at more than one location. So 2 x-intercepts here. But if a is less than 0 and k is equal to 0, right, then we get, Then we get a parabola that's right on the origin like this. So the vertex is here, so there's only one x-intercept. And finally, if a is less than 0 and k is less than 0, we're below the x-axis and we're facing downwards, so we'll never intersect the x-axis. Okay.